The unfinished masterpiece on your desk haunts you. You've spent weeks perfecting every detail, yet something still feels missing. Meanwhile, your colleague threw together a good enough project in 2 days and already got praise from the boss. Sound familiar? We've been taught that perfection is the goal. Good things come to those who wait, they say. But what if waiting for perfection is actually holding you back? My friend Alex had a brilliant app idea for 3 years. He refined the concept, studied the market, and created detailed wireframes. While he planned, his competitor launched a similar app, buggy and basic, but gained 100,000 users in 6 months. By the time Alex finally launched his perfect version, the market had moved on. This pattern repeats everywhere. Writers with manuscripts they've edited for decades. Entrepreneurs waiting for the perfect market conditions. Artists who never share their work because it's not ready yet. The problem isn't quality standards. The problem is paralysis disguised as perfectionism. Reid Hoffman, LinkedIn founder, said, "If you're not embarrassed by the first version of your product, you've launched too late." This wasn't an excuse for sloppy work. It was recognition that real-world feedback trumps theoretical perfection every time. Think about evolution. Nature doesn't create perfect organisms. It creates functional ones, tests them against reality, then improves. The species that survive aren't the most perfect, they're the most adaptable. Your brain plays tricks on you when you pursue perfection. Psychologists call this cognitive distortion. You believe your work must be flawless to have value. This thinking creates 2 destructive patterns. First, you overestimate how much others will judge imperfection. Research shows people are far more concerned with their own performance than critiquing yours. Remember the last time you noticed a small mistake in someone else's presentation? Probably not. Second, you underestimate the cost of delay. Every day spent polishing is a day without real feedback. Without feedback, you can't truly improve. You're building in a vacuum. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." The judgment you fear rarely materializes. The opportunities you miss by waiting? Those are very real. Consider Sarah, a graphic designer who struggled with client work. She'd spend 20 hours on concepts before sharing anything. Clients would request major changes, making most of that time wasted. She started sharing rough concepts after just 2 hours of work. Her clients gave earlier feedback, leading to better final products with less total time invested. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, calls this the downside of being a perfectionist. You become so focused on avoiding failure that you also avoid success. This doesn't mean embracing mediocrity. It means understanding the difference between perfectionism and excellence. Excellence comes through iteration, through shipping work, gathering feedback, and improving. Perfectionism is often just fear wearing a productive disguise. Ancient Japanese artisans embraced wabi-sabi, finding beauty in imperfection. They would intentionally include small asymmetries in their work. These flaws made each piece unique and authentic. They understood that perfect symmetry feels lifeless and mechanical. Your imperfect work has something no perfect work ever will: humanity. The slight imperfections in your creation show that a human made it. They create connection. Think of your favorite musicians. Would you rather hear the auto-tuned, technically perfect studio version or the raw energy of a live performance with minor flaws? Most choose the latter because it feels real. Leonardo da Vinci said, "Art is never finished, only abandoned." Even the masters understood that at some point, you must release your work to the world. What if the pursuit of perfection is simply the fear of being seen, of being judged, of putting something out that carries your name? Try this mental shift. See your work as an ongoing conversation rather than a final statement. Each project is simply your current best, not your forever best. The most successful people aren't those who create perfect work. They're those who create consistently good work at a consistent pace. They understand that 5 good projects completed will always outperform 1 perfect project that never ships. Next time perfectionism creeps in, ask yourself, Is this truly about quality, or am I hiding? Be honest. Then set a deadline, stick to it, and share your work. Your imperfect action will teach you more than your perfect inaction ever could. The world needs your work, even with its flaws, more than it needs your ideas, no matter how perfect they seem in your head. So put down this article. Go finish that project. Ship it. Learn from what happens next. The only true failure is the refusal to begin.